When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back here to High School Game Day on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by Liona Laborers Local 663, building Missouri and reminding us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. It's time for our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week segment, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And once again, about the same time of the year, a year ago, we go back to Lutheran North High School, home of the Crusaders, and we welcome in head coach Kyle Wagner. Coach Wagner, thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show.
Coach, 9-1 on the season here. Before we talk about our athlete of the week, obviously playing well. Haven't lost since week 1 when you had to go to Alabama to play that contest. Talk about the season up to this point.
So we kind of knew that we had a pretty solid team coming in after a run last year, and returning a lot of young guys that are a year older and have put in work in the weight room. And so in the off season, for us, it was about getting stronger. I think we did that. And then we had that trip down to Alabama, which was a crazy trip before we even got to the game. We ended up taking 3 different buses by the end of the day. And we got down there, we got about 3 hours of sleep, and then we played against the team that was ranked number 18th in the country, I think, at the time, and got as high as number 10. We took about 39 kids down there, and they had 49 seniors. So, it was a different atmosphere, but we battled. We went into the fourth quarter. It was a 14-12 game, and at that point, we realized we were pretty good. And so obviously, we ended up losing that game, and we came back, but we felt good about the way it went, and how physical we played, and just the brand of football we played. And we had Blair Oaks the following week. We ended up beating Blair Oaks by 30, which I don't know the last time that's happened. They're a pretty good program, and Coach LePage is obviously a Hall of Famer and a legend. And since then we've kind of been rolling. And obviously a couple weeks ago we had Cardinal Ritter, and they were on a 35-game win streak. And we won that football game as well. I don't think we played it as clean as we should have. But considering the circumstances of our season, I think our boys did a great job of holding it together and getting that win. And now it's win or go home. So we got Miller Career this week, and we're focused on them, and we'll see who we have after that.
Coach, who are some of the young men outside of our athlete of the week here that are playing real well for you? Obviously, you've got a great offensive line for this young man to be able to be doing what he's been doing this season. Who's playing particularly well for you right now for the Crusaders? And are there any surprises? Maybe going into the season, hey, this kid might help us. Oh my goodness, he has really helped us. Have you had any of that?
Yeah. So just up front, I think our entire offensive line has been tremendous. Obviously at center, Drayshawn Pittman is a 3-year starter for us, and he kind of gets everything in order, and he's done a great job this year. Our tackles, both Elijah Knowles and Lonnie Johnson, have been tremendous. They're both sophomores, and they've been huge for us. Lonnie started as a freshman, was All-State last year, but EJ stepped up into a spot and helped us quite a bit. And then, I guess I have to say my quarterback. Our quarterback right now, he's 5 touchdown passes away from setting a single season record. And, as you know, we had a really good quarterback here last year, and he's close to beating his record as a sophomore. So he's probably been the biggest surprise for me. I thought he would be good, but I didn't know he would be that good. That's kind of helped take some guys out of the box to help our running backs have great seasons. And then I would say Martez Stevenson, our other running back. He's like the lightning, and Javon's the thunder. So those two have been tremendous this season. Martez actually leads us in rushing yards. He's over 1,100 yards on like 80-something carries. So he's averaging, I think, 13.5 a carry or something like that. we've had a lot of guys step up, and then our receivers have done a heck of a job blocking downfield. And that's something that we pride ourselves on, and being aggressive out on the outside, because I believe that's how you spring big runs and championship teams. When you're on the backside of a play, you do a good job of getting downfield, and home run blocks is what we call them for the receivers.
Coach, coming off of a district tournament win here against Jennings a week ago, 52-0. You've got Miller Career Academy coming up. Coming out of that Jennings game, did you come out relatively healthy as a squad?
Yeah. Actually, the only person that was a little banged up that we were worried about was Javon. He banged his arm up, but then the next day he was good. So I feel like he was just trying to see how much we love him, how much we care about him, and see if we would check in on him. So we're healthy. We set quite a few guys that week as well, to make sure that they're ready to go. And so we'll get a few of them back this week, and hopefully we can take care of business and stay healthy this week as well.
And you mentioned Javon Blackman there sitting beside you. He is our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. He sets the all-time career rushing record at Lutheran North. Tell us a little bit about what makes this young man special.
So it's kind of a funny story, because his freshman year and sophomore year, we were trying to figure out how to get him onto the field. He wasn't great at running back. He could run about 5 to 10 yards really good, and anything outside of that wasn't very good. And then on the defensive side, he wasn't great either. So we had a game against Francis Howell the year that they won state in Class 5, and we had gotten into the red zone in that game. I think we outgained them 454 yards to 230, and we lost the game by 21 because we didn't finish in the red zone. So we put in a package to snap Javon the ball, and we kind of found his superpower. For whatever reason, when we get into our jumbo package, he turns into Jerome Bettis or Mike Allstott. And since then, he's went on to set I'm pretty sure it's a state record, but he set the school record for 2-point conversions. Anytime we're in a short situation, everybody knows that he's getting the ball, and he'll break 6-7 tackles. And, he's been incredible for us on our 2-point. And then this season, he's made the leap to now where he's actually doing it at the running back spot. And I think that's been a huge difference. But a lot of his points have come from 2-point conversions. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody as efficient as he is at converting 2-point conversions and finishing down at the goal line.
Outstanding. Well, Javon, hey, thanks for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.
First off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Love it.
All right, take us back to that moment where you kind of switched positions there and you started going into the jumbo package. What was that like, and what were the challenges of that?
It felt good. When I had to switch, when I started running back, Martez Stevenson got hurt, and I was like, we don't have nobody else. I got to step up to help the team.
What do you have? And I ask a lot of players this, and typically it's running backs or quarterbacks. Sometimes it's wide receiver. And don't tell me what the play is, but you have like a favorite play that every time you get to the sidelines, you're like, hey, coach, let's run this.
I have a couple of those plays.
Coming into this season, did you have any personal or team goals? Did you know how close you were to the record?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know until week 8. Our coach told me when I was 18 points away.
Okay, so you set the all-time career points record, scored there, 18 points. So week 8, that's just a few weeks ago. So do you remember the touchdown or the score anyway that put you over the point scored?
Yes, I remember it. It was a 5-yard run.
What coming into the season, were there games that you were looking particularly forward to playing? Maybe it's a rivalry game. Maybe you had a good game against them last year. Maybe they got you last year, and it may have been Cardinal Ritter. but were there games you were looking forward to coming into this season?
I was looking forward to all the games. I wanted to win them all. We got to get us a ring.
Yeah. What do you do to prepare? Let's say this is Friday. You've got Miller Career Academy coming up tonight. What are you doing during the day to kind of get mentally and physically prepared for a football game?
I visualize myself in the game.
Yeah. Do you like taking the handoff, or would you rather have the ball snapped to you?
Probably snap to me.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a quarterback, really. But I don't let him throw it.
Are you lobbying to be able to throw a pass at some point?
Yes.
We've thrown a few. We've thrown a few, and just for anybody getting prepared for us, don't oversell on the run. We will throw it.
There you go. Well, Javon, once again, now, Javon, are you a senior?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What plans, if any, have you made for next year?
Hopefully playing football in college. I mean, if not, that's fine.
You have any
coaching? I might come back here and coach. I don't know.
Yeah. Any particular area of study? Are you looking to go into education at the college level?
To go physical therapy.
Oh, okay. Is there a background family wise, or did you have it? I had 7 knee surgeries, so I went through a lot of physical therapy, and I thought, well, maybe I need to go that way because I enjoyed it, but I wasn't smart enough. But what is there a background there? Have you been through some programs, or do you have family in the area?
No, I used to watch a lot of physical therapy videos, and I just fell in love with it.
Ah, very good. Well, again, Javon, and again, we're visiting with our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, and that's Lutheran North running back Javon Blackman and head coach Kyle Wagner. Coach, what are you doing now to kind of get prepared for Miller Academy? What do you know about them? What are you going to have to do to be successful?
Yeah, so they're a 4-3 base team. They run a lot of man-to-man. I believe that against us, they'll run a little bit more zone just because of our athletes. And so, our goal is, we're going to look for space and numbers, and we're going to try and take space and numbers. And, hopefully having a few guys that we get them in the space, they can make a play or two, and we'll be fine. And then defensively, I think that's where we've taken our biggest jump. I look forward to our defense flying around and hopefully, getting another shutout. I think that we had ability on that side of the ball to control this game. And offensively, we want to just get in the end zone a few times, and the defense will put us in good positions. So I think it'll be a good game, and we're going to come out and bring energy. It's senior night for us. And so we're going to take full advantage and try to keep our season going.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, I greatly appreciate you kind of helping set this up. And again, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations to Javon Blackman.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
You bet. Hey, you're watching High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, and we'll be back after these messages.
I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days.
Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck.
And a high-tech Chevy SUV.
Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together, we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. on the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Hello, Missouri. We are Blair Oaks, the Class 3 state championship football team, wanting to wish everyone at the Missouri Sports Network a happy holidays and to enjoy their time with family and friends this holiday season.
And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds to buckle up.
It is 3 seconds that could save your life.
Be smart, be safe, and
be here for 2025!
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, brought to you by LiUNA Laborers Local 663, who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Also presented by Doak Propane for all your propane needs in Polk County and surrounding counties. See the folks at Doak. And the Bank of Billings. Bank of Billings established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. As we continue here with our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week segment presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, we go to Rockhurst High School and we bring in the head cross-country coach, Mike Dirks. Coach Dirks, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, tremendous season here for the Hawklets. Talk about the season up to, to the state championship, and then also being able to garner the state championship team trophy.
Yeah, we had a tremendous year so far. We were able to win the Class 5 team championship. Last year we got second, narrowly missing out. And so that was kind of the motivation of this year's group, was to get on top of the podium. We had a really talented senior class coming back, and then added in some very special freshmen. So it was a fun year. We lost only one race the entire season. We had 4 All-Staters. Henry won the individual championship, and then we had senior Andrew Davis in 5th. We had a freshman, Jack McGovern, who ended up running the fastest freshman time, tied the fastest freshman time in state's history at 8th, Kai Somasagran at 17th. And then we had our freshman, Jack Morrison, as our 5th man. And then not too far behind him was our senior, Bill Hayes. So just a tremendous state meet.
Yes, indeed. And I tell you, I was watching the race, the numbers come across, and I thought, well, nobody's going to catch them right now, not only team-wise, but nobody's going to catch Henry Acorn. Tell us a little bit about this young man and how he's progressed through his career.
Sitting right next to me is probably one of the most special people I've ever been able to coach. And he's done this because he's just worked his butt off. He made the decision when he was a freshman that he could be special, but he didn't just rest on his, physical talents. He worked hard, and he put in the grind every day. Developed himself and to being probably one of the best kickers in the history of Missouri State. Just the ceiling for him is just so high, and it's just been so much fun to coach him.
Henry, how are you today?
Pretty good. Not too bad.
Very good. Well, first off, thanks for being part of the show.
Yep.
And on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being selected as a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Now, first off, let's go back to the beginning of the season. Did you have any personal goals going into the season?
Yeah, kind of just more in the regular season. I just want to be very dominant, go out, win races. Obviously, win the state meet. I got 4th last year, and so the goal this year is to win it. And then we have regionals NXR this Sunday, so that's the goal to qualify for that.
Outstanding. Well, take us back, maybe going back to that Todd Warner Kickoff Classic. Number one, how do you get prepared? When you're racing, and I've had family members that have raced, that have coached cross country, and it was always fun the night before with the pasta parties and things like that. What are you doing to kind of get your body mentally and physically prepared before a race?
Yeah, I think I've gotten to the point, just kind of mentally, where I'm not really stressed about races anymore, especially like those early season races. I mean, for Todd Werner, it was his first meet of the season, so like I wasn't expecting a fast time. I was expecting it to be hard just because I wasn't in the best of shapes yet. But yeah, I mean, I like being social before races. Usually on my phone. It might not be the best thing, but I'm usually on my phone just texting friends, or obviously we have pasta parties as well. So
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about you get to the line. The gun has not went off yet. What are you thinking about? Are you trying to line up close to someone that maybe can maybe be your rabbit in the early going, or what's going through your mind there as you approach the starting line?
yeah, so usually I always try to be relaxed, especially that first mile. Usually I have a race plan for the beginning of the race. So whether that was going out with a certain runner from a different team, or going out with Andrew, or just going out on my own, taking it from the gun, I usually just have a strategy.
Were there rivalries with maybe other runners that you enjoyed running against or running with, as you look at some of the meets and you think, hey, I'm looking forward to this. This guy's going to push me. Did you have some rivalries, good-hearted or maybe not?
I really like running against Luke from Rockbridge. He won it last year, so running against him sure was fun. He goes out fast. He likes to push the pace, so it's always a fast race when you race against him. And then yeah, that's the only one I can think of. So
What did you have a PR this year, and was it by chance in the state championship?
yeah, so at state I went 14:52, which was my PR for the year.
Very good. What do you do during the week? I mean, how many miles you putting in the off season in a week?
So in the off season, I have like a 2-3 week peak of about 70 miles, and then the rest of it is kind of 50-60, more towards the 60 side, I'd say.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite course?
Probably Gans. I would say we don't really run that cool of courses, to be honest. But yeah, Gans is probably the best.
Do you have a course you don't like? I mean, it maybe too hilly, or does the weather maybe have an effect?
Let's see. I've never liked Lee Summit North. We didn't run that this year, but I've never liked that one. It's very boring. So.
Now, what class are you, Henry?
So we're class 5, which is the top class in Missouri.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior. Made any decisions as far as next year?
Yeah, so I actually just signed for the University of Virginia.
Outstanding. Well, what led to that? What was the maybe largest contributing factor to say, hey, I'm going to go to Virginia? Is it away from home? Is it maybe they've got tremendous success in cross country? What was the impetus for making that decision?
So yeah, there was a couple different factors. First one is obviously the high academics, but then probably the main two would be former Rockhurst alum Wes Porter. He's there right now. He holds UVA's 1,500 meter school record. He's done a tremendous job kind of progressing throughout college there. And then I really just like the coach, Coach Finn. I felt like his training style very much matched my training style under Coach Dirks, so very much like that.
Again, visiting with Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol Rockhurst Cross Country Class 5 state champion, Henry Acorn, and head coach Mike Dirks. And Henry, if you could get in a time machine and go back to that Henry Acorn who was maybe a 7th grader and give yourself some advice based on what you know right now as a senior, what advice would you go back and give yourself as that 12, 13-year-old pup?
Let me see. Probably just to be more relaxed. I was always very ambitious, but I would get very nervous before races. A lot of races that just didn't really matter. So just being relaxed before races. So.
And you've kind of gotten that this year? You felt like you were pretty relaxed going into all the races?
Yeah.
When was the last time you were nervous?
Outside
of maybe today during this interview?
I I mean, I was a little nervous for state, and then a little nervous for Gans Creek Classic. But the last time I probably was nervous was probably for the 2-mile at state last year.
What, as you're competing in the race, do you have people along, different checkpoints telling you, hey, you're 3 seconds off the pace, or you got to pass this guy, or and you may not pass anybody, but do you have people kind of giving you just keys during the race? Hey, you're up here, you're down here. What's going on during the race as far as from coaching staff and maybe other teammates or fans?
Yeah, usually it's just let's see. So like usually I position myself usually pretty good, so there's not much position. Usually it's more motivation. Coach Dirks usually, tells me to do better on my form or relax my face a little bit. One of our coaches, Coach Mack, is always towards the end of the race. I like to kick. I have a strong kick, so usually he's there telling me to start my kick. Usually, whether that's 800 out or maybe just like 200, 300 out. And then, yeah, from like parents and stuff, it's usually just motivation.
Were you aware of the time that you were putting up in the state championship? Did you know? I mean, just felt comfortable. Being a baseball guy or even basketball guys I talk to, they know during pregame, hey, I'm going to have a great night, or I'm going to throw strikes, or I can't miss. Or did you kind of have a good feeling that you felt like you were going to run a good race, and did you realize how good it was?
Not really. I said I never focus on times at all during races, but I do. I like to see how fast the first K went out, just to get a kind of good grasp of how fast we went out. But besides that, after that, I never look at time. And then, but yeah, during the race, I didn't feel the best. There's a lot of times where my breathing felt kind of off. But I wouldn't say it was probably towards the end of the race where I finally felt like, yeah, I have this. I could win this. So.
Outstanding. Well, I have one more question, and I am a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes.
Very good. Good answers. That's back-to-back wins, Mr. Acorn. Thank you, and again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Coach, I really appreciate you helping kind of set this up, and what's the rest of the year look like for you? Are you out in the hallways trying to recruit some more runners?
Like Henry said, we're actually racing up in Indiana here this Sunday at NXR Nike Regionals. Their goal is to try to be in the top 2, individual top 5, and then depending upon how that goes, we might have a couple more weeks. We'll take some time off and then get after it right around Christmas.
Outstanding. Again, Coach, thank you. Henry, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. And we'll be right back.
The Walnut Street Inn is located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
Oh, you gotta talk about the track.
When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective, and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
And welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Time for our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment. We go to Ash Grove High School and we welcome in the head golf coach, Grant Williamson, and our Athlete of the Week, Riley Allred. Coach Williamson, thanks for helping set this up.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
And Coach, first off, let's put a little bow on the season from a coach's standpoint. Obviously, back-to-back state championships. Tell us about where Riley kind of improved this year and what it was like down the stretch for her.
I think the biggest thing I noticed with Riley from last year to this year was her consistency throughout really all of her rounds. I think last year she had some ups and downs. The downs were not very bad, but this year I felt like she was very consistent. I think only had one round in the 80s. Is that right, Riley?
Yes.
Whereas last year there were a few more. So just that consistency throughout the season was the biggest improvement, I thought.
Well, Riley, first off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
this is becoming a yearly thing. As I looked at my feed, it popped up today, and almost exactly a year ago to the date, you were an Athlete of the Week. You'd won the state championship last year. First off, tell us a little bit about the differences between last year and this year. Obviously, going last year, this year maybe a little bit more comfortable. You were on a different course. Coach talked about the consistency that you developed throughout the season. But compare last year's run to this year's run.
I think last year I hadn't played in a state tournament before, so I was a little bit more nervous compared to this year. So I just think I was more prepared for the state tournament than I was last year.
Okay, you take a 5-stroke lead going into day 2. Tell us about day 2. You shot a 71 on day 1, I believe, and then you get out there on day 2 and it's really windy.
Yes.
Looking at the scores, tell us a little bit about day 2.
I think the wind did play a big factor in it for everybody, and it was a little bit harder for me because I just feel like I couldn't play with the wind. The wind makes it really bit harder. So,
How do you kind of prepare for that? Are you throwing grass up on the tee box to see which way it's going? Are you getting information from coach? How do you prepare for dealing with that wind?
Sometimes my hair kind of just flows in that direction, so I kind of already know which way it goes. And sometimes I will throw the grass. It just kind of depends.
What do you feel like? And Coach talked about how you've gotten better this year. What do you think's been maybe the most improved part of your game from last year to this year, whether it be on the green, whether it be around the green, whether it be on the tee box?
I think probably off of the tee box. I think my driver has just been a lot more consistent than last year, hitting more fairways and, just off the tee box.
Coach Williamson, is that something you would agree with, having watched her from last year to this year?
Yeah, 100%. I felt like she definitely was able to keep the ball in play off the tee a lot more. And because of that, I think she eliminated a lot of the big scores, made very few double bogeys or worse this season. I think you can attribute a lot of that to being in play off the tee.
So, Riley, what do you do during the year? First off, are you a member anywhere? And where do you play golf?
I'm a member at Green Hills and Willard, and I'm also a member at Silo Ridge and Bolivar.
Silo Ridge, one of our sponsors. I'm a member there as well. Really enjoy playing that golf course. But throughout the season, what golf courses really challenged you? What are some golf courses where that you felt like, I'm not sure I want to play that one again?
I think probably the one in Clever. I can't remember the name, but I think that one was probably the hard one for me. Just because I've played it 2 or 3 times before, and all the other ones I've played a lot more, so I was more comfortable with them than the one down at Clever.
What's your favorite golf course to play on?
I'd say probably Silent Ridge, just because it's really nice, and I just like it.
What's your best round up there, or up here? I guess I should say.
I think a 78.
Oh, I've shot a 78 once on the front nine, but I'm still kind of learning. I'm a novice, so to speak. But Riley, as you come into this season, did you have goals? I mean, was getting back to the state championship or state playoffs, was that a goal of yours?
Yes, definitely getting back into state was definitely a goal. And one of the goals was definitely to keep my rounds under 80, just because like the year before that I had multiple in the 80s. So the goal was just to keep it in the mid 70s.
Now, there's a rumor that you also play volleyball.
Yes.
Okay. Tell us, how did you handle that? How did you prepare mentally and physically for both of those sports?
Well, I kind of just went to volleyball, half of it, and then left to go practice golf. And some days I would just go golf and not play volleyball.
All right, very good. Do you play any other sports?
I do not.
You're not. So your season's over now.
Yep.
Yeah. Now you're just a sophomore. So what are you doing the remainder of this year to prepare for your two sports? Are you still out playing? I mean, it's nice enough weather now. You can go out and play still.
Yeah, so during the winter and the spring, I'm normally just practicing for golf, but I do play club during the winter, so club volleyball. So I kind of just do both of those, and then during the spring, I practice for golf for the upcoming season.
Very good, very good. Well, Coach, tell us a little bit about your experience this year with the team. Now, is she the only member of the team?
Yeah, she was our only girl for the last 2 years. So definitely a little bit unique. And with, like she mentioned, her playing volleyball too is not your typical practice every day after school and go to events. So it's a little different. She does a fantastic job of just doing things on her own. So that definitely makes it a lot easier. And I just show up. I just show up and watch her play golf, and she does a good job of it. So
now, how old is the women's golf program there at Ash Grove?
Yeah, this is just our second year. So we added it last year, knowing Riley was coming in, and was going to have an opportunity to have some success, and we wanted to make sure that she had that opportunity. But we do have a few more girls that I think are in junior high right now that hopefully have expressed some interest in playing golf. And hopefully in the next year or two, we've got enough to put a team out there at tournaments. So,
Riley, are you helping recruit kids to play?
Yeah, I'm trying. I've talked to some people, and they seem interested in playing. So.
What got you involved? How long have you been playing? And I say that because you're, 15, 16 years old. But when did you start, and what got you involved, or who got you involved?
So I started playing when I was 9 years old, and my dad came back from one of his work trips, and he had played golf there, and he just took me with him, and I've played ever since then. So.
What's your favorite club in your bag?
I don't know. It kind of just depends on the day. If some days I'll hit a club good, and then the next day I won't. So really just kind of depends on if I'm hitting it good or not.
Very good. Well, Riley, once again, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
And I have one more question. I'm a mandated reporter for the Highway Patrol, and that is, do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes, I do.
Very good, because I would have had to call that in. But congratulations, and Coach, I would guess that you're probably gearing up for basketball season right now.
Yeah, yep. coming up here in a couple weeks. So looking forward to that. Hoping our football team keeps winning games, and we don't have those guys for a while. So
yeah, well, they've got an opportunity. They played Marysville to a 2-point game the other night. They're in that same district, so they may meet them again. But I've been following along. But I appreciate you guys coming on. And again, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing what Riley does next year. So on October the 25th of next year, just go ahead and put it on your calendar, Riley, because it's going to be a yearly thing.
Okay.
All right, we have a rule here on the Missouri Sports Network that in order for you to become an official friend of the show, you have to come on 3 times. Once you hit that 3rd time, so next time you become a friend of the show. All right?
All right.
All right. Again, congratulations. Coach, thanks so much for setting this up.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
You bet. Hey, you're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.
Located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hello, Missouri. We are the Lady Bears basketball team.
We want to wish you all a Merry Christmas from the Missouri Sports Network.
And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol wants to remind us to always take 3 seconds to buckle up.
It is 3 seconds that can save your life.
Be safe, be smart, and be here for 2025. Or you'll end up like Riley.
Hello, Missouri. We are the Lady Lancers of St. Pius Festus High School in Festus, Missouri.
The Class 4 State Volleyball Champions.
Wanting to wish everyone on the Missouri Sports Network happy holidays.
Enjoy your time with family and friends this holiday season.
And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds to buckle up. It is 3 seconds that could save your life. Be smart, be safe, and be here for 2025.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Hello, Missouri.
We are the Lady Chiefs of Kickapoo High School in Springfield.
We want to wish everyone on the Missouri Sports Network a happy holidays.
Enjoy your time with family and friends this holiday season.
And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take the 3 seconds to buckle up.
It is 3 seconds that could save your life.
Be smart, be safe, and be here for 2025.
And as always,
go Chiefs!
Hello, Missouri.
We are the Tipton Cardinals from Tipton, Missouri.
Class 1 state semifinalist football team wanting to wish everyone on the Missouri Sports Network a happy holidays.
Enjoy your time with friends and family this holiday season.
And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds to buckle up.
It is 3 seconds that could save your life.
Be smart, be safe, and be here for 2025.